Well, it's nice to have you with me.
1930 Ford going, but there's another one. So I guess this film was taken around in the early 30s.
Mm-hmm. Walter, I noticed an awful lot of policemen. Well, you must have had a big police force. Very few traffic lights, but a lot of policemen.
The police were very visible in those days.
Yeah.
On every corner downtown, you had a steady policeman. Now that's the corner of Locust Avenue looking down, because that's the old Christian Science Church.
Oh yes,
right on the
right-hand side.
Mm-hmm. So that's at
still
McCown
standing.
and Main.
Yeah. That's.
And this is the front walk of the Methodist Church that used to be where Capelli is now building New Rock.
That's right. Yes. Did we call that was called the Green Church? Wasn't it?
The Green Church.
Yeah, because
right.
it had a green rock or a green stone.
Right, whatever it was made
stone.
from. And right across the street was Salem Baptist Church.
That's right.
Still in existence.
And that's still there.
Impressive stone building, and there's somebody
trying to make a left turn.
Yeah, with a big Buick and a Model A Ford is blocking them. A lot of Buicks around then. God.
Yes.
There's another one.
Buicks and Fords.
Look at.
Well, you have an antique car, Walter. What
I don't go back that far.
No.
1966 I have.
Well,
that's antique enough.
Yeah.
But I owned a 29 Phaeton, or a touring car. Ford. Oh, God.
Sure, that's a great building, that Christian Scientist building.
And it's the corner of
It's
Main there.
Main and Locust.
And the Main Street Cafe was just up the street a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, which way is this looking? So you got to get your bearings. Can you check that out, Tom? Where is it?
Oh, well, there's a big flagpole there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying. Would that? The only flagpole like that would be at City Hall. So we must be looking.
Yeah, we're looking
east on Main Street.
West on Main Street.
West on Main Street. Yes.
North and West.
All right. Now this is North and Winthrop, looking south.
Looking south on North Avenue. Okay.
Now the Presbyterian Church is on the left.
Yeah, see the bell tower?
Oh yes, yes.
Right next to the new police headquarters.
Beautiful building. Thank God
Yeah.
the city didn't tear it down.
Yeah, that was one of your
Preserve the
legislation.
building, yes.
You wanted to preserve that.
What trolley
There's
is
a trolley.
that?
The M.
Oh, that goes all the way up to Tuckahoe. Up to Mill Road.
That's right.
See?
Well, that had to be on a Sunday morning, because a patrolman was always parked at the entrance to North Avenue Church on Sunday mornings.
That's right, because you'll see now the cars are
All
coming
the cars
out.
are coming out.
God, you can see where the money was in those days, Walter.
No, we didn't have any money, and we belonged there. But it looks very prosperous.
Yes. I wonder if many of those policemen were hit by automobiles.
Well, look at the speed of the cars.
Yeah,
Nobody went.
That's
faster.
right. They're
If
going
you did
what,
40
50?
miles an hour on the hutch, you got a ticket.
Yeah.
Speed limit used to be 35.
These cars would be going about what, 15?
About that.
Yeah. Gives you time to get
Look
out of the
at
way.
the
So here they
cars,
come out of there.
Aren't they something?
That looks like a
Here's a Model A, another one. And another one. What do you mean Presbyterians were rich? They had old Model A Fords.
Well, we didn't have any in the south end of town.
There's a Buick right there. And they're all around the area.
Our transportation was the trolley car.
Now look at this. Look at this Chrysler. Is it?
Yeah.
That was a Chrysler convertible. They're worth a lot of money today.
Oh, I would think so.
Look at that big.
Yeah.
Is that a Pierce or what is that?
North and Fifth.
Now where is this one going? I know the building.
North and Fifth there. Oh.
Oh yes,
That's
that's
the
coming
building.
out of Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
It's coming down Fifth, making a left onto North Avenue, going downtown.
Sure.
What's the letter on that one, Tom?
Looks like O. Is that an O or just blank?
Oh yeah, that's a big O. Okay. Was that the Fifth Avenue trolley?
I thought the Fifth Avenue was F, but it's been
Maybe-
a long time since
Maybe they had a
took a cab.
substitute.
North and Fifth.
Looking north.
Oh, sure.
Oh, it's still there. Look at the whole thing.
There's an old.
Chauncey Avenue going up the hill.
There was an old fish market there.
Yeah,
right
Broadway
there,
Fish.
and I think it's still there.
It's not called Broadway anymore. They even had traffic stanchions then. Look.
Mm-hmm.
And a traffic light.
A traffic light.
Look at that.
Look. At North and Fifth. Well, that was the main
That's
intersection.
Gristedes store. See the sign, Gristedes?
Yeah.
And Ernie Hackman. I
That
went to
was-
high school with him.
That was a great chain, Gristedes.
Yeah.
Class,
His father
quality.
managed this store. North and Fifth looking south. All right. There's our present City Hall right there in
Yes,
front of the
uh-huh.
house.
And that building is still
And there's a
standing.
dog. Do you remember the
Yeah.
dog?
That was
He crossed the street, didn't he?
I had a dog that could cross the street. Walt, they'd go up to Main Street and look both ways, and they'd cross the street. Never get it. And in those days, you could let your dog loose. We had a dog, would let him out, and my God, we wouldn't see the dog for 3 days.
That's right.
Come home,
He had
be
a friend
draggled.
someplace. All right, this was in 1932 when New Rochelle High School played Iona Prep. The first Iona New Rochelle game,
Oh,
1930,
yeah,
was
sure.
for charity. See, there's the high school at the
Yeah.
part that we didn't burn down.
That's right.
And that day they had 12,000 people at that football game. And I think the cost was 50 cents for admission. And they raised, that was for relief.
Yeah.
Look at the cars parked on Woodrow Wilson Drive. Do you remember the drive in front
Sure.
of? You ever get a ticket for driving? We weren't supposed to
Walter,
drive in that school.
promise you won't tell in the conference room, I went over the fence there to see that game as a kid.
Well, you had to have somebody boost you because there was a
It was a
high
high
fence.
fence,
by
it
the
was.
school. But people were looking around trying to find parking place. Oh, it was a tremendous crowd. Today, I don't know how many thousand they get, but
Well,
12,000.
shortly thereafter, Walter, didn't the New Rochelle High School win the national crown? It was back in the 30s. It was
34,
unscored upon.
Unscored upon, untied, and unbeaten.
Yeah.
That's when New Rochelle was a powerhouse, and WYAA, then it was Westchester Interscholastic Athletic Association.
And
I
did they
believe.
go to Miami or Florida
They
to
went
play
to
a game?
Florida. Well, that was 1926.
Uh-huh.
In fact, Aki Green, I think, is the only living member of that. You know the attorney, Aki?
Yeah.
Who is still alive, who traveled to. That was Bill McKenna's first year at New Rochelle High School.
Oh,
if
my
I
goodness.
recall. He was the coach, and they went down to. Okay, this is a hill. Where are we? Where did it say we were going?
That's Ferguson.
Oh, Ferguson's,
Oh,
okay.
this is
Main Street.
Main Street and Center Avenue. Ferguson's was a great store. I remember Ferguson's.
There are the inimitable trolley tracks in the middle.
Oh
of the
yes.
street. Now this building on the right, this stone one, that's still on Main Street. And there's City Hall with the cupola. See the cupola
Yeah.
on your left?
Yep.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
Main
we're
and
just
Division.
passing Division,
Yeah,
and we're coming up to Church Street.
Church Street. Let's see if Liebman's is still there. The building
The building is there.
is still there, and I think it was Liebman's at the time. The old National City Bank at the corner of Lawton is on your left.
Uh-huh.
And there's the policeman. And look at him move, huh? Both
Yeah.
hands at the same
Oh
time,
yeah.
right?
Both hands. Huh?
And everybody knew the names of those that were on the corners because they were there all the time. Now we see that's North and Main. You can see Salem Baptist.
Yeah.
Well, that may have been, that opening there may have been when the old Lowe's was torn down. Remember, it was opposite
Opposite Rose Street. And then
two-way traffic on Main Street.
now we're on North
There it is on
Avenue,
North Avenue,
Rose
right.
Street.
That
Yeah.
building is still there. So this has to be after 1931, so it would be between 31 and 34, because the Pershing Square building is there.
And we should be coming up to the Standard Star building on the right.
Yeah. His 5 Anderson Street is on your right here. then there's an open lot. That year, I'm not sure whether it was the Boys Club, but they used to run a carnival to raise money. And they had the elephants and the horses and all. And that was right behind the firehouse, which was on Huguenot Street. What does it say at the Pershing Square? Who was there? Used to be... Oh, and Larry's Diner was in on the right there. You see the story? You remember Larry's?
Yes. And there was the bank building.
That was the bank. Used to be the old high school. And then that was the...
Huguenot, was that the Huguenot Trust Company?
No.
National City Bank? No.
Well, this is the Huguenot.
We're going over the we're going over the overpass now, over the railroad, over the railroad tracks.
And Porter's Real Estate.
It's on the right-hand side. Sure.
The two Ray Porters, father and son. You know, there was a lot of business in town then. Look at them.
Yeah, look at them.
Look at the street parking. And it had to be around Christmas time, right? Are those wreaths?
They're wreaths.
Look at the old Model T in front of us here.
Now we're coming up to Burling Lane, I guess.
Yeah. Burling Lane, the corner's on the left. These stores were on the right. Trying to think who had a... Coming up to Lockwood now. There's Lawn on your right.
That's where Del Ponte's is now.
Yes. Del Ponte's right in here on the right. Oh, and that building is still there. And those were three... I forget the numbers, 311 and 313 North Avenue, these.
We're coming up to the old Boston Westchester now.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, that's the overpass where the train ran, and my Aunt Nora, Lord of mercy on her, worked in the ticket office downstairs there.
Oh, that was a great train.
Oh, the greatest.
Can you think if they had that today? If that had not been, it would have been the most prosperous. And there was always a policeman on duty underneath the overpass.
Yes. We must have had a large force. I wonder what the force, the number.
I don't know. God.
Because they had a lot of police officers, particularly in the daytime on traffic detail.
Well, I don't know how many patrol cars they had. So I guess instead
we're back up to the
North
church.
Avenue,
Yeah.
right. Just in front of the church. Yeah, it had to be Christmas time. Snow on the ground.
Snow and slushy, and tracks are running both ways.
That's right.
North and south. It's always hard to get directions.
Winthrop Avenue, the corner where a music shop is now.
Yes. It's always hard to figure out, even in signs and traveling, they'll say east to west, unless you have a compass. You know, we're going north.
This is Winthrop on your left right here.
This is Winthrop.
Where the music shop is. Because we're right in front of it. Here comes the trolley. Now let's get the name off of that one.
It should be an M or a...
It's an M.
Yeah. How'd you have great eyesight, Walter?
Now where did the M's run?
To Tuckahoe. Mill Road. All the way down the end of Mill Road.
What line did your father run on, or all of them?
On all of them, but he was the starter, as I remember, on Mechanic Street.
On Mechanic Street?
Yes.
This is right in front of City Hall on the corner here, Hamilton Avenue.
Hamilton Avenue.
Pettiform Shoes.
Sure.
Remember Jerry Rodman?
Yes.
He went to school with you,
yes.
played football?
Yeah.
He lived right up the street from there.
My wife saw this, and she said she, as a kid, bought shoes there at Pettiform Shoes.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. We're back to the
Broadway
fish market. Yeah. And Chauncey Avenue on the left.
Is this a rerun on this one?
I don't know, but...
Did we go up this? No, now we're going up 5th. We're making the turn. Yeah, we're on 5th Avenue.
Now we're 5th.
We haven't been on this
It's a
one.
beautiful street.